Hello students, welcome back to SKT online classes. Now in my previous video we have discussed about formation of a company and we have already discussed about promotion and incorporation. Today we will be discussing about the third stage, which is capital subscription. In my previous video, while explaining promotion and incorporation, I have also explained about the Memorandum of Association being the principal document or the most important document, and the second to it is Association Articles of Association. Now these two have been completed, so we are left with the third stage and the fourth stage. Now third stage is capital subscription. Now I have already told in my previous video that a private company only needs to undergo these two stages, but a public company has to follow another two more steps, which is capital subscription and commencement. Now capital subscription is the stage whereby a public company raises funds from the public. Now how would they do it? How would they be allowed to raise money from the public? To raise money from the public, initially they need to get SEBI approval. SEBI means Securities Exchange Board of India. They take care of the entire system of securities market in the economy or in the country. Like RBI takes care of the entire banking system, SEBI takes care of the entire security systems like shares, debentures, bonds, etc. All the instruments under SEBI, they take care. Now, SEBI approval. How can one company get SEBI approval? There are many joint stock companies, public limited companies, which have not raised finance from public. Why? Because they did not get the SEBI approval. To get SEBI approval, you need to follow certain compliances. Compliances like you have to provide SEBI with all the necessary documents, all the necessary information, like full disclosure policy has to be followed. Entire details, or you have to give access about your company to SEBI. If they see that the company has no hidden clauses or hidden things, they are absolutely true and fair, then definitely SEBI will give you the approval. Now once you get the SEBI approval, the next thing that you people will be doing is issue of prospectus. Now issue of prospectus is another important document, another very important document that a company has to prepare. It is a kind of circular which is issued to the public inviting applications. Inviting applications means you are issuing this to the public, asking them to pay money for it, to pay money for the shares which you are issuing. So we invite shareholders to pay for the shares by issuing such statement, which is called prospectus. Now companies sometimes, when they do not get SEBI approval but still they have to raise money in order to start the business, they issue statement in lieu of prospectus, and they do it privately. Privately means to some people they know who will be paying the money, some private investors, they will be issuing a statement in lieu of prospectus instead of prospectus. Prospectus is a document or a circular which is issued to the general public as well as companies to raise money. Next, after you have issued the prospectus, appointment of brokers, bankers and underwriter. Now in my previous video also I have explained what brokers do, what bankers do and what underwriters do. So brokers and underwriters, they help to sell your shares to the public. Now before we start this, let me tell you minimum subscription, because you have to minimum get 90% subscription or 90% shares subscribed by the public. What exactly does this mean? I am explaining it to you all. Suppose I issue 10,000 shares. That means 9,000 shares must be subscribed by the public. If 9,000 shares are not subscribed by public, I cannot go further. I have to stop there only. I cannot raise money from the public. Now, suppose I am a new company. I am issuing 1 lakh shares. How am I supposed to know that 90% shares will be subscribed by the public? Public might not know me. I am a new company or might not have that much trust in me. So there might be a possibility that the shares will not be subscribed. So in that case, initially only we will appoint underwriters. What will underwriters do? Underwriters will not only take the responsibility to issue the shares to the public, But if they cannot sell the shares to the public, they will become shareholders. They will themselves purchase the share. But in order to do so, they will definitely take some underwriting commission. Underwriting commission they will take. So at a cost, you will be able to guarantee yourself that your company will get formed by subscribing 90% or more shares by the underwriters. So that means you are assured that the company is going to proceed, because if the underwriters are unable to sell it to the public, they themselves buy it. So you will definitely reach your minimum subscription. So this is the reason we appoint underwriters. Bankers for all banking related activities, receiving of money, paying of money, and brokers also do the same, but generally underwriter, you give the entire task. Broker, you can give some shares to sell. Brokers have good contacts, they will help you to sell the shares. Next, minimum subscription. Now minimum subscription is that number of shares which the company must, or which the public must subscribe for the company to begin its operation. From the date of issue of prospectus, you get 120 days time to get this minimum subscription. That means if I'm issuing 10,000 shares, I will be issuing prospectus. So from the date of issue of prospectus, we get 120 days. Within 120 days, I have to get subscription for 9,000 shares. Because 10,000 shares I have issued, so 9,000 shares must be subscribed by the public within this 120 days. If I fail to do so, then within the next 10 days, that is within the 130th day, I have to return back all the money to the shareholders which I have collected. So this is minimum subscription. 90% of the shares must be subscribed by the public in order for the company to start the business. All right. So this is minimum subscription. I hope minimum subscription is clear. Next is application to stock exchange. Now, suppose you have a product to sell. Now you are going to shops. Sir, will you keep my product to sell? Sir, will you keep my product to sell? If the product has good quality, every shopkeeper will say, yes, we will sell. But if the product has no merit, will the shopkeepers keep? The same thing. If your company has a good value or good, every document is correct, everything is good, you can have a good name in the market, then definitely you will get a place in some of the stock exchange. You have to apply that your shares will be listed in one of the stock exchanges. Now, whichever exchange allows you to sell your shares from their exchange, you get it. So for that reason, we have to apply in the stock exchange. And at the end, allotment of shares. So allotment of shares means if the shares have got listed in any of the stock exchange, then you need to take all the details of the shareholders, the name, the address, and you have to allot the shares to them. Of course, mentioning the SEBI or the registrar of the company have to be noted or informed about it. That these are the shareholders, these are their address, and we are allotting the shares to them. So you will be giving the shares to those people who have applied for the shares, who have subscribed the shares. You will allot the shares to them. So with this, the entire stage of capital subscription comes to an end. I hope this much is clear to you all, because if it is not, you please do not forget to write your questions or your doubts in the comment section, and I will definitely get back. Now, so with this, all the stages are complete. No, commencement is left, but commencement as per CBSE syllabus, it is not there. So we will not be discussing any further regarding commencement of business. So commencement is the last stage. Nothing. Here also the same thing happens. You have to go to the registrar again, put the documents like all these things have been duly complied with, and you get the certificate of commencement. Once you get the certificate of commencement, a public limited company can also start its operation. So we will come to the last part of the chapter, that is choice of form of business. Now suppose, or before I move ahead, let me tell you that this chapter, formation of a company, is completely over. This is regarding choice of form of business, like which form of business would we opt for. Suppose I want to open a salon. Nature of business is small salon with 2-3 people. I'll cut hair, I'll give massage, and whatever activities are done, you will be doing it: shampoo, beard, shaving, so all these things. Now, Tell me, the nature of business is one of the reasons. Now, if the nature of business is a salon or a parlor, then it can be proprietorship. But I want to start a five-star hotel for which I need huge finance, huge capital. So it will be joint stock company, maybe public limited company. So depending on the nature of business, the choice of form of organization is decided. Apart from this, there are some other points which are written, like degree of control. Now, I don't want my control to be shared with anybody. Or maybe for another option, I want that somebody is also there with me. I alone cannot manage everything. So then partnership will be a good form. But if I want to do everything on my own, joint stock company is absolutely not a choice. Proprietorship will be the choice. So that's degree of control. Then liability. Now, if you are happy with unlimited liability, go for proprietorship. But if you don't want to have unlimited liability, then go for partnership. Maybe not a partnership firm, there are also unlimited liability only. Maybe we can go with a joint stock company, a private limited company. There is limited liability. Then capital consideration. Now, you don't want anybody else's money to start the business. You can take a loan, you have enough money for yourself, then you can go for proprietorship. But if you are ready with raising huge finance and then start the business, then go for a joint stock company. Then legal formalities. If you are ready with too many legal formalities, then go for joint stock company. And if you don't want any legal formalities at all, go for proprietorship. Continuity. If you want your business to carry on forever and ever, go for such businesses where continuity is not a factor, perpetual succession is existence, joint stock company is there, cooperative society is there, joint Hindu family business is there. Whereas you don't want the business to continue after you, proprietorship is the best form. So such are the points, and choice of business is on the basis of these points. So based on these points, the choice of business can be selected, or the forms of business can be selected. So with this, students, we come to an end with formation of a company. Now we will see you in the next video where we will be having the next chapter. Now before that, I would like to suggest something. Do not skip the explanation. Try to listen and try to say it once on your own, and not only say, try to write on your own. This will help you to develop a sense of writing as well as sense of understanding. Explanation in today's world is the most important thing, because case-based question will be given to you all. If you don't understand the question, it will become very difficult for you to answer. Questions are not going to be absolutely direct, so you need to understand the question. To understand, you need to listen carefully. So I hope you understood these points, and I hope if you like this video, please like the video and share it to as many students as you can. And of course, put your comments in the comment section. Any query, any question, any doubt, write it there. I will definitely get back to you, and subscribe to our channel. That will be all. Thank you, students.